So I get picked up in Atlanta, take me to Atlanta jail, go and put me in this modular, and I go in this modular, and there's black people, all the different races, right? Well, over there, they don't politic like we do in California, right? So this is my first understanding of how this system works, right? So I go in there, and the only thing that you can't do in that system is you can't eat at the same table with a different race. Besides that, once you're up from the dinner table, I can trade with any race. I could do whatever, talk to them, chop it up. Like
but
whatever.
You have to eat with people of your own race only?
Yeah.
Wow.
Only. So then...
and they tell you this? So somebody informs you?
Oh, yeah.
I got informed when I went in.
So when I moved from Atlanta to California politics much different. You can't trade with blacks. You can't trade with others. You can't trade with... Whoa. So you can only do trade with your race, and then the whites get along with the SA. So what ended up happening is like... So you have others, which are any other race besides Mexican, white, or black. And this is a car. It's called a car, right? So everybody has a car, their own race. So you have Woods, you have Skinheads, you got Paisas, you got Mexicans, you got Crips, Bloods, and others.
And Paisas roll with the Mexicans, the Skinheads roll with the Woods.
Yeah. And if something really pops off, some race shit, then Mexicans and the whites will click up against the blacks, or the blacks.
It's always all them against us. It always sucked to be black in them times. I'm telling you, real shit. But we thump though. We thump. So we always knock them out
so
anyway.
You start trying to figure out the shit, you know, like you get thrown into that fire and you're trying to figure out all these unwritten rules. You know, there's no rule book, law book come in and say, hey, do this.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
So a guy could really direct you in the wrong way if he wants to, you know what I mean? Like tell you some sideways shit and next thing you know, you're in a wreck. You know?
Ooh.
So I go in.
Set you up.
So I go in. This was actually my second experience, not my first experience in there, but my second experience, I go in, they put me into a psych ward, a psych watch, getting extradited from Atlanta to here. And so I go into this area and I don't know anything, you know, and this black guy in the psych ward is like yelling in this module, you know, like, anybody want to learn how to play chess? Anybody want to learn how to play chess, you know? And I was like, hell yeah, I want to learn how to play chess, right? So I walk over, I sit down with this fool, and he starts showing me how to play chess. But it's a black guy at a black guy table, and I'm a white guy. So now I just sat down at this black guy table, and all the Woods and all the skinheads in there are like now against me.
Oh, no.
But I didn't know. Like,
no, you had no idea.
I had no idea.
Oh, no.
Right? So now.
No.
Yeah, so now my cell pops, and I go to walk to the shower, and I walk past the other cell that pops, which is another skinhead in that room, and I go walk past his cell, and it's smack, right? So now we're fighting.
Wow.
You know? So clean this kid up. Now they move me to another module. So now this kid put a kite out, like, oh, we got to get this guy, cause da-da-da-da. So.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So I'm moving this other module. At the time, the institution had a lot of skinheads in there, and the skinheads will politic hard. Like, if they have numbers, then they'll push the politics, you know? And I looked like a skinhead when I went in. I had no hair, you know, like a just bald guy going in there, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they all start treating me like I'm one of them, but I'm not a fucking skinhead. So this guy come over, and he's trying to get me to hide this little shank in my cell. Well, that's weapons manufacturing, carries 2 more years.
Oh, my God.
That's how people start getting hit. You start catching more cases. When you're only supposed to do 2, now you're doing 10. It just stacks up, but go ahead.
And then there's intimidation factor, right? So this guy got a big-ass swastika tattooed on his face right here, teardrops,
Jesus.
lightning bolts everywhere, you know what I mean? Like, he's lifer, you know?
Right.
So big shit goes down. I end up choking this guy unconscious.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Drag him out of my cell because he's trying to get me to hold this shit in my cell. I can't, not doing this, bro. And you come in my cell, it's on.
Right.
So now we fighting, take this guy out, right? Just choke him out, beat him up, drag him out, hit him with some elbows, now he's leaking. So drag his ass out into the little modular.
So do they know you can fight before you're in here?
Don't know.
No.
They have to
No.
How long before they figure it out?
Well, it took a minute. It took a minute because most of the fighting goes on in the cell or in a shower. You know what I mean? So when the fight actually broke out in the open, when I was fighting multiple people, is what happened. And then all the fucking guards watched. Everybody's watching from their cells. You know, like this is a different time. So this whole incident takes place. I beat this guy up, take him out of my cell. Right now, they take him away. They move this guy out of the modular.
Do they get mad at you?
No, they just come in. You know, they don't really care. The guards don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
So you fucked that dude up. Is he out cold? Or does he have a? Do they have to ask him? Do they have to ask him what his story is?
I don't give a fuck.
But they don't ask you. They just let you go. It's okay.
No,
is there a punishment? That's what I'm getting at.
They locked me in my cell. I couldn't get out of my cell for like 2 weeks.
Oh, for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Just alone in yourself, constant. Nothing.
They
Nothing
won't
but
pop
yourself.
the door. So what happens
Really?
is for a certain amount of hours of the day, they got to pop the door and let you into a bigger cell, a bigger room. You know what I mean? So I just couldn't get into the day room for like 2 weeks. But the crazy shit of it all is, like I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to learn this system, right? This new rules. So what happens is this guy, okay, we talked about the cars and the races, right? So each race has their own car, which means there's a key holder. And the key holder to that car controls the race. So they make decisions for the race. They kind of keep other races out of car wrecks. Like now we got a feud with the blacks, or we got a feud with the Mexicans, or whatever.
They call them car wrecks.
Yeah. Well, if we get in a fight with them, the key holder is the guy that can communicate with the other key holders to the races and try and keep peace.
They don't go delegate it.
Wow.
Yeah. And so I done had it happen where we finna get down with the Mexicans, and then our keys will go and they keys, and we finna jump, we get ready to jump, and they shake hands. All right, it ain't going, and then it go back down.
So, yeah, and you're trying to figure all this out. So what happened was I beat this fool's ass, and now I got the keys.
Oh wow.
But I can't have the keys because I'm a first termer. So first termer's not allowed to have the keys. But nobody wanted to try to take the keys from me. So in order for them to take the keys from me, they got to fight me to take the keys away from me.
Oh boy.
So that kind of changed the dynamics of the room, because now I'm able to navigate with these other races and have these conversations with these fucking ignorant people that don't understand how to really
talk.
You know what I mean? Like how to communicate and keep things cool. They misunderstand what this guy says or misinterpret what this guy says, and next thing you know, it's hot for everybody. You know?
And it's just misinterpretations.
Yeah, because they're dumb. Most of these guys are dumb, bro. Like they're. Like the conversation, it made me. In some ways, you're sitting there listening to these guys. You're like, these guys really think this shit. Like they
fighting about the dumbest shit.
Yeah. So
cities fighting over teams, fighting over just the dumbest shit. Xbox and PlayStation, and somebody said something wrong, and then that escalated into something that was personal.
Yeah.
That's quick.
So now they take me from there. That incident takes place, right, and we resolve some of that stuff. But now these guys are in different modulars. So now they're putting these kites out to try and get me as I'm going to court. So what happens is they catch a chain with some guys, and then we go into these holding tanks, all these different holding tanks, and you get put in that holding tank with that guy that got a kite that's looking for you, and now it's on. It's cracking. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
So I'm sitting in my cell. I'm getting ready to go to court, and there's two huge-ass guys, and they're in there talking to each other about trying to get me, but they don't know that it's me. So I'm sitting in there. I'm listening to everything that they're trying to do and how they're going to try and set this shit up, and I'm sitting right in front of them, and they don't even realize it's me.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, honestly, I'm like, these are big motherfuckers. I'm thinking, they're going to take me out. Like, there's only so much you can do. You know what I mean?
Numbers.
So I make it through that whole process, and I catch the chain. And when I catch the chain, they take you from county to state. And I catch the chain with the same asshole that I got into it with that I took the keys from.
Oh, my goodness.
And this is, like, he's been in the system a long time, right? So now we catch the chain, we go over to Donovan, RJ Donovan. It's a 4 yards.
Level 4.
Do you know how that works?
No.
Level 4 being the highest level, most dangerous criminals. People. Yeah. The next level is Superdome in San Diego.
So why'd they bring you to a level 4?
Because my charges, but the kidnapping
thing.
All that, because those charges were so intense, they put you in with those people, you know? Yeah.
Holy shit.
So when I catch the chain, right, I go over there, I catch the chain, and this guy's just like, I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to kill you. Like, we're going to get you, you know? And I'm just thinking the whole time, like, this chain comes off, I'm going to rip this guy's ass apart again, you know what I mean? So I go into reception, and we're in a cell block. It's like 360 degrees with a gunner and all this stuff, some desks, and they come check you in. And now our cell's like, we don't get out of our cell now until they intake us, right? So now I'm in there for like 3 months. And there's this guy next door. We start talking through the vent to each other a little bit, you know? And we're playing chess and shit, like, through the little vent.
Mm-hmm.
So moving pieces around and shit, and they call me out to the thing, talk to the officers, and this guy goes, I don't know this guy, again, in the cell next to me.
Right.
And I walk past his cell, and I hear him yell, like, through the thing. He's like, hey, bro, kick that cord over to me. And I'm like, kick your cord over? Like, yeah, I have a cord right there. Kick that cord over to me when you come by. And I'm like, what the fuck's he want this cord for, you know? It was, like, connected to this fan, right? So when I come back, I kick this cord over, and I wasn't going to do it, but I was like, fuck it, right? So I kick this cord over there, and next thing you know, in the night, I get this fish come through, right? Like, they make a string, right, with the thing on it, and they swing it out into your cell. And you take this kite, and then you can read the information on it or whatever, you know. So kite it around to everybody and get it to who they needed to get it to, right?
Okay.
So this guy shoots this little sheet kite over to me. I open it up, and it's a fucking sack of weed, dude, right? And I'm like, that's why this dude wanted that cord. He took that cord, and he started a wick. So he started a fire, and he had a bag of weed. So now he's smoking weed, and the whole cell is, like, full of weed, bro. And he shoots it. I was like, bro, I can't have this. Like, I try to shoot that shit back to him. He's like, nah, you got to keep it. You get coffee with it. You get whatever you need, you know? And I'm like, oh, shit, okay, you know? So my other cellie that was in there, he was like, I'll take it. And I was like, fuck yeah, take that shit. So I got a bunch of canteen and shit, you know, like coffee and stuff for it. And so this guy, like, really was, like, thankful I did it for him, you know, like, kick this cord. So I never seen his face, like, never seen this guy's face, right? Just hear him talking through the thing.
Vince.
And so the guy I caught the chain with puts this hit on me, like they want to try and stab me, right? So it goes around to the other key holders. The fucking guy next to me was a key holder for the Bloods. He's a black guy. Because I kicked that cord over to him, he hit me up through the cell. He's like, hey, he says, is your name Beanie? And I was like, fuck, right? I go back over to the vent, right? And I said, no. and he goes, oh, good. And I went, oh, good. What the fuck is this mean, right? And I'm like, hey, I said, what if it was? And he goes, well, is it or not, fucker? I go, well, it's not Beanie. I go, it's Baney. And he goes, it's the same shit. I go, okay, bro. He's like, hey, I'm going to let you know. They're going to pop this door and they're coming for you. And I was like, really? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, they're going to come and get you when this door pops. You're going to pop this door, and you're going to go to shower, and they're going to send some guys to come and get you.
Oof.
My other cellie, he knows already. He didn't tell me. In order for that to go down, they have to tell your cellie so your cellie can stay out of the fucking way.
Oh, wow.
So he knows about it. He's known about it. And now he tells me through the wall, and now I know he knows about it. You know what I mean? And I'm living in this room with this guy. So door pops. My cellie takes off running out of the cell. So I just posted up at the back of the cell, just waiting, you know? And sure as shit, two guys come flying in. One guy flying in, trying to stab me. And then we're fucking scrapping, rapping all over the place. Fall out of the cell. We're up the stairs. Fucking push the guy down the stairs. We fall down the stairs. I'm tired as fuck. Like, fighting two guys. I'm tired. I'm lumped up a little bit. And I look over this way, and I'm barely breathing. Look over this way, and all the fucking cops just watching. They're just watching.
Oh, my God.
So this other guy come over, he's kicking. I grab the other guy, drag him on top of me, and I'm just choking him, you know, and like trying to use him to deflect this guy from getting at me.
Right.
And then realize this guy's out. He's not even awake. Push him off me, and now it's just me and this guy and everybody in the cells watching, and all the cops watching. So let's tear this fucking guy's ass up. We leave, and this guy never got up. The guy was choking. Never got up. Just eyes full of blood, right? So they send me to another cell block. I go in there for a couple of days. Guard comes in. We're going to move you to the gymnasium. So you move me to the gymnasium. So now I'm out of the cell block. I'm in a gym with 300 guys. I can walk around. I get yard access, all this stuff, right? And the cop says, I really appreciate what you did for us out there. He's like, that was pretty fucking amazing. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I want to get the fuck out of here.